Before I get started, let me say something. This I don't remember when I bought this, how old it is, but this is my comfort clothes. I love this. I love this thing. This it's tearing up here. I had holes in the elbows. I had to cut the sleeves, but I just love this thing anyway. I don't know, something about old clothes that just feel good. Let's get straight to it. Flattery is the sincerest form of a compliment. But when you got these people, but it's one thing to have people want to be like you. It is another thing for them to psych themselves up into thinking they are you. Now, first we had Israelis calling themselves Hebrew Israelites. Now we got Caucasians calling themselves Egyptians. And these people in Egypt, which was really Kemet, who are calling themselves Egyptians. Well, they are Egyptians, but they're not Comedians. But they're trying to pretend like they are Comedians, and now they've been renamed Egyptians. But the reality of the situation is they are Greeks and Romans. They are Greeks and Romans. And I'd say this, look, let's cut to the chase. Let's cut to the chase. Take a DNA test. Take a DNA test and prove that you are Egyptian, that you are the people who built the pyramid. Take a DNA test, but you won't take a DNA. You won't take a DNA test. You won't let go of a sample of a mummy, but you're just gonna keep running around talking about you are Egyptian. No, you're not. Prove it. Prove it. All it takes is a small piece. Prove it. I dare you to compare your DNA with a person from Rome or Greece. I dare you. You're not going to do it because you know you're lying. I don't mind you flattering yourself to wanting to be like me, but to be like me and to be me is two different things. Your skin does not shine like mine. It doesn't shine like mine. And you can't put your hair in all the different styles that I can put my hair in. Your hair grows flat to your head. My hair goes out to the heavens. You not me. Take a DNA test and prove you are me. I will take a DNA test and have it compared to every mummy there. And I bet you it comes out a match. And I bet you so-called Egyptians that you match more with somebody from Greece or somebody from Rome than you do with being a melanated person. And you see, good grief, man, you see the pictures on the wall, they're black people. You can't even you can't say that over time the pictures faded, which is what you were saying, that over time the pictures got corrupted because the 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 people on the walls who are wearing white clothes, their clothes are still white. So how would their face turn brown and their clothes still remain white? It's impossible. You look at the pictures and then you still tell the same sorry lie. You might as well say that you were on the boat with Columbus when he discovered America. That's how ridiculous you are. My people, melanated people, we cannot play this game of buffoonery and hypocrisy with these people. We have to act like Hebrew Israelites and act like the original Egyptian. And then their lie is gonna melt away because their conscience is not going to continue to deceive itself without them going crazy. without them going insane and being ashamed of themselves. Let them call themselves what they want, but we're not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. And I'm going to tell them to their face, take a DNA test. The same thing I tell Israelis. Take a DNA test and prove it. But Israelis, they already took the DNA test and lost. They found out that 50% of melanated people, black people, had the genes of a priest, of a Hebrew Israelite priest, and less than 2% of them had it. Now they still running around calling themselves Hebrew Israelite, and I guess because they did it, Egyptians said, "What the heck? I'm gonna join in the party and I'm gonna call myself whatever I want to be, whatever I want to be." And that's why, check this out. That's why you got Caucasians running around the United States calling themselves anything, calling themselves anything. Women calling themselves a man, transvestites calling themselves a woman. I mean, they are doing, these homosexuals are doing the same exact thing that Israelis and Egyptians are doing. The same exact thing, pretending to be somebody they're not. If you are God's chosen people, why don't you dominate? Why don't you dominate in sports? If you are God's chosen people, why don't you dominate in sports? Why don't you dominate in music? Why do you just copy our music and then patent it and pretend like it's yours? Why aren't you the inventor of all these things? Why didn't you invent a light bulb? Why didn't you invent a telephone? Why didn't you invent a computer? Why didn't you invent the internet? Why didn't you invent the furnace? Nobody says who invented the car because black people invented the car. My people, I mean, this would be nice if they wanted to be us. But when you are in love with us and want to be us so much to where you say you are us, that is ridiculous. Egyptians, invent something. Name one thing an Egyptian has invented. Name one thing an Israeli has invented. I didn't say patent, because you know if it's patented, you didn't make it. You just took credit for it. And if you are so brilliant, I mean, you worse than Caucasian Americans. They call us stupid, but then they say anything they make, it belongs to me because I'm their slave master. So anything they invent belongs to me. Well, if they're so stupid, why would you even come up with a law like that? Because you can't, because you haven't invented anything. And it's the same thing with Egyptians, and it's the same thing with Israelis. You all's biggest fear is the truth. The truth is your biggest fear, and your problem is a DNA test. Your biggest fear is the truth, and your problem is a DNA test. And that's why you won't even take a DNA test, because you hadn't. And I know Israelis, I know you all don't want to, well, you don't need it because it's documented all over the internet. And then you get on there. And then what really gets me is when these Israelis gets on there and they start talking like they know something about spirituality. You don't know nothing about spirituality. You don't know nothing about you don't know about anything. You don't even know what it is to be a Jew. You don't even act like a Jew. Jews don't bomb hospitals. Jews don't bomb refugee camps. We build up the world. We do not tear God's world down. And one thing is for sure, we don't pretend to be you. Like and subscribe. Talk to y'all later.